My friend.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Are we here?
We're right
talking
here.
to you.
But you're talking to me.
You got more gear.
Yeah, I got plenty of gear. So, what do you think of the nominees this year? I have to say right away, no Jeff Bridges. What was the nominating committee thinking?
I will tell you. Okay. Here's what I think. I think the nominations are excellent this year.
They really are.
There's a total of 44 films nominated. So many great films and performances. There are also heartbreaks. That we had almost 400 films submitted for consideration, and as with any award show, there are great movies, scripts, and performances that did not get nominated today that easily could have. And I think everyone in Hell or High Water was incredible. So yeah. But overall, I think it's a great slate this year. I think it's really diverse, meaning from films that have gotten a lot of acclaim, like a Manchester or a Moonlight, all the way to the other side with real discoveries that I hope people who follow these awards will really rush out and see. A film like Chronic, a film like Free Indeed. There's so many great films that really have not built up the audience that they deserve yet, and that's one thing we like to do with the Spirits.
Well, and that's something that we haven't seen the past couple of years. We've seen more of the big ticket names with films, and now we're back to the grassroots of film independent with the smaller film and the unsung hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
How exciting is it for you to see us go back a little bit? You know how excited that makes me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the heart of independent film is discovery. It's finding new talent, and those tend to be the first and second time directors who are working on much smaller budgets, who don't have the big P&A budgets and haven't gotten a ton of press. So that's our mission, is to be here to shine a light on those.
Well, yeah, and that's something we saw at LA Film Festival this past year with all of those great little film world premieres,
exactly.
Which that was one of the greatest things that you did with the festival.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear you say that. Absolutely. I mean, we do. You know, it's an interesting thing. We celebrate filmmakers who have long established track records but continue to do great independent work. But we also really are looking to shine a light on the newcomers. And at the LA Film Festival this past year, everything in competition was a world premiere, and it was almost all first-time directors, a handful of second-timers, and it gives those filmmakers a chance to reach an audience that they've never had before, and that's what we're here to do.
So now, what can we anticipate now that Stephanie has stepped down from festival director and Jennifer is now longtime film independent supporter and member? What's the direction heading now?
So we had last week we actually had a farewell party for Stephanie Elaine, who just stepped down as festival director. And I've worked with Stephanie for over 5 years. We have been the closest partners. When I became president of Film Independent, she became director of the festival. So we really worked, we were new in our roles at the same time and worked closely. And I love working with her. Her producing career has taken off, which I'm very happy about. So it was time for her to go back to that. Jennifer Coaches came up under Stephanie. Last year she was creative director. So she was number 2 to Stephanie. Programming, but also working on the whole festival. So I think what you're going to see, I'm incredibly excited to be working with Jennifer Coaches. I think she is going to become an amazing festival director. But I think you're going to see us keeping in the same direction. We have the commitment to inclusiveness and discovery is not going to deviate from the festival. That's film independent. So the festival as a film independent program will always have that. But I think Stephanie was the one who was able to hone in on that and really articulate it more clearly than it ever had been before. In terms of other things, I think we'll have to wait and see. Jennifer has just landed in the office in this new role, so she's meeting with everyone, going over budget, looking at our calendar and figuring out what new elements she's going to add to it. But I think you're going to see a lot of continuity.
And what can we expect on the beach in February?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. We're going to be back where we were last year, just north of the pier.
Good.
Yep. And we had a great time. That last year was our first time being north of the pier. It went very well. I think the city of Santa Monica was happy. We were happy.
It was seamless.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Well, if anyone's going to complain, it's going to be me.
Well, please, let me know.
After 27 years of doing this, covering the.
When
I know.
Breaking down. Anyway, no, we're back in the same spot. We're not ready to announce our host, but we have Joel Gallen back as our EP. He's done the last 2 years. I think he's really done a fantastic job with the show, and so he's working on it now. So like the short films that always kick off the show, he directs and produces those. So he's working on some ideas there. But I think it's going to be an interesting year. Actually, I think I think it's always going to be a fun, irreverent show. But I think with the election. I think there's a kind of gravity that people are feeling, and I think I don't know how that will show up in the show, but I'm sure it will in one way or another.
And of course, President-elect Trump will be President Trump at that point.
Yes, I think we might be the first major award show in the Trump era, assuming he gets in the White House.
Yes, assuming the Electoral College doesn't get a conscience or something. My friend, thank you. So good to see you.
You too.
And I'll see you on the beach.
Okay, good.